Hello! Welcome back to another episode on the Lake Laogai server. Yay! Yay! Yay. I'm a little bit excited today, but I'm always a little bit excited. So we are over by the cactus farm for some reason. I'm not gonna do anything with that today. I've just decided to start over here. I don't know why. So, what we are going to do today is something a little tiny bit different, I think, from the last few episodes. There's a creeper down there. Let's see if we can kill him. No. And yes, maybe. So, the last few episodes, we have been building villager breeders. We have been building a lot of farms and being a little bit technical. And I want to change that up a little bit. So today we are going to get super technical instead, because it's about time, I think. So what I'm going to be working on is a smelter setup. That I need proper smelting. I have a couple of furnaces down here in my cave entrance or mine entrance. And but that's no fun. So I need a massive smelter setup, pretty much. So I've marked out a little bit of an area here. This probably won't make any sense whatsoever right now. But I marked out where I'm going to build a little bit of a house. Quite a big house. I'm using the word little in the wrong way again, Chixie. I'm sorry. Sorry, I need to stop that. It's also going in there. So a lot of this will have to go away. A lot of this hill, I have to take it back a bit. Yeah, there's some landscaping that needs to be done here. So what I think I'm going to do, because it's going to be very hard building this whole smelter setup in a video, so I think I'm just gonna hop onto my creative world a little bit and show you what I have planned. So welcome to my creative world. You might recognize that place. There's something over there that you're not allowed to see. You will see very soon. So, here is a little bit of what I have planned. As you can see, we have a bunch of furnaces. And we have a bunch of furnaces. And this will be copied over to this side as well. So where the iron blocks are here, these are just for marking things out and measuring. It's so much easier to count when you're using iron blocks with the sharp lines and stuff. So I usually use iron blocks to just mark out if I'm counting stuff. Anyways, in total I will have 64 furnaces in here, which will be set up in rows of 16, like this. And you will have one input per row of 16. So this is where the stuff you want to smelt, the input for that is going here, and goes over and back. So back and forth there. And I will have one input for fuel here, which will be for both sides. And then I'm going to mirror everything over on this side as well. And so this is, I would say, a pretty standard setup. What makes this a little bit more unique is the things I have up here that you can't really see. Let's see. Yeah, you can see a little bit of it. What I have here is an item splitter. So if we, let's see, do I have anything? I have a lot of things here. Do I have anything? Yes. Oh, creep. Delete everything. Thank you. Do I have anything over here? Yes, I do. And where's the last one? There. I think it's last input. So with this input chest, if I put a stack of stuff in there, it should be split up evenly between these 4 outputs here. So you get 16, you get 16. And if we fly around, you will get 16 and 16. So that will make it pretty fast, splitting it up like that. And also what I wanted to do is, if I don't have a huge amount of smelting to do, I want to be able to turn sections of this off. So that's what these levers are for. The light is just to indicate whether the section is on or off. So if we, for example, do, let's see here. I need to just see where this thing goes. Look, there. So if I deactivate these, and let's say I put another 16 items in. Nothing will go here. You will get all the 16 items into there. And nothing will have gone into these 2 either. So if you're like smelting up 1 stack of things or something, you could just use 1 furnace or 1 row of furnaces instead of the whole 64, which will be quite a waste of fuel, actually, if you do that. So, and you could do, 32, 48, or the full 64 there. So it's a bit depending on how much you want to smelt up, you could activate different sections here. So I think that's quite a clever setup, I hope. This is the input just for fuel, which just splits up. There's just 2 hoppers going out, so it splits evenly between the 2. This is a bit more advanced. There is an hopper minecart carefully placed on top of 4 different hoppers there. I'm gonna put some links in the descriptions to different things. This whole loading system I'm going to put a link to, and also the item splitter. So because those are not my designs. So yeah, look in the description for those things. It's quite a big thing underground. And then pretty much here will be the floor level of a little building that's over there. That I've also designed. Doesn't look very designed right now. It looks better from the other side. So I have some ideas there, and I think it's going to look really, really cool. But first of all, I need to flatten the ground out, remove a little bit of a mountain, dig a hole to put all this in, and yeah. Start placing all of this. And I think I'm probably going to do a lot of stuff off camera in this build. Because it's a lot of just repetitive things and hooking up hoppers and doing all that stuff. So it's not going to be very fun to look at. So yeah. Let's go back to the server instead. So I've dug out a little bit of the mountain here, and I put down some sort of strange outlining here. This is where my building is going. That's going to contain the smelter. And the smelter is going underneath here. So yeah, this is quite a big house, I would say, but both this and this are going to be pretty much hidden stuff. So it's going to be, on the inside, it's going to look like one area like this. these are not going to be visible. Those are for, you know, redstone, and there's the item elevators coming up. The storage is going there. So item elevators coming up and stuff. So it's a necessity of the design that I chose. I mean, I could have built all this underground, but I kind of like this. And I need to throw a piece of stone on the ground there. That's a ceremonial thing that I usually do before I start the big dig, is I pillar up and I throw a ceremonial stone on the ground. True story. I need to shape back this hill a little bit. I just filled in here to even out the ground, or flatten out the ground even. And yeah, and there's some holes I need to fill in. And I think I'm gonna have like a path coming from over there, coming around here and up and past that thing. I'm probably gonna continue building over there as well. I don't know. Let's see. If you have any cool ideas of what I could build here, then please tell me in the comment sections down below. I don't know why I looked down when I said that, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna dig a hole. And we got ourselves a hole here. Yay. So down there is where the input chest is going. And then there's going to be this furnace arrays going off in each direction here. And over there is the storage thingy going. So yeah, now we just need to put in some furnaces. And we have some furnaces in. Yay! Yay! Let me go down a little bit and show you. I could have just jumped off this thing, but I don't want to leave it an ugly pillar. So, input chest, fuel chest. These needs to have levers on them. I need to fix that. I also need to sneeze. No, I don't. Sorry, false alarm. That section there, which you really can't see, is the item splitter, which seems to be working like it should. Down here we have our loading for the minecarts, for the stuff you want to smelt, and yep, goes over and over, back and forth. I don't know why I said it like that. This is the loading for the fuel chest. This is set up so you fire the fuel chest, you send that off whenever you're loading anything into the minecart. So I take this comparator here, also that one, takes this, detects if anything is being loaded in the minecart. So it goes in, powers that block. It's a bit of a mess here. Can I parkour over there? No. Anyways, those comparators power that block, which power a, whoop, can't really see, redstone dust on top of there. We take a repeater output out of that, powers this block, which powers this redstone, which powers this rail, which will send the minecart off. Which means that you will send the fuel minecart off to preload all the furnaces with fuel before you actually sent the other minecart off with the stuff you want to smelt. So that should make sure that there's always fuel in these. Over in this direction here. In this, and this is where the item elevators are gonna come in. I've done a little special thing here. I think I'm going to explain that a little bit more. So I have some hoppers. We can start with that Yes, I have one hopper line coming from that row of furnaces going underneath here into there and loads into this side of this is a dropper. And then I have a line coming from this row of furnaces going into this. So that means you will be loading the dropper from 2 different directions. And that is to keep the speed up. So I want this to be fast because I don't want anything to clog up here. These water streams here are, let's see, here. One goes into this row of furnaces, into this dropper, which just shoots the items up here, and I cannot get up because... oh! Thank you. And we have the same over here. These furnaces just feed into another dropper underneath here, and we have a little clocky thing here to power that. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna show you real quick the difference between the 2 clock thingies that I've made here, because that maybe doesn't make sense. I don't know. Let's go over in this corner here. If we put a dropper down there, I also need a piston. Let's take a piston. I have no piston, so let's do it without a piston then. So I'm just gonna put the comparators down in the way they activate the dropper. That's pretty much what this does. If there's anything in this dropper, this comparator turns on, which powers this blocks, which you take a comparator output from, which powers this piston, which will extend that observer block to be facing into that one. So I can just do without that, to be honest. Let's do the old-fashioned system here. Something like that, and then you do create a clock. The comparator creates a clock on itself there, and you also power this with the same pulsey thingy. So it works like that. What I'm doing over there, since I'm having the input from 2 different directions, that's a wrong block. Let's take a dropper instead. And let's see if we can do it like that. And if we put and compare the speed to this one, you can see that this one is much faster. Or much faster. It's I would say double the speed, I think it is. And the reason I'm using that is because, you know, I feed in from 2 different directions, so I don't want anything clogging up the system. So this works. And now I'm just feeding in from one end, so that's why it starts and stops. If I do it like, I put some items in there as well, then you get a constant stream of stuff. There is only one slight little problem with this. And that is the fact that this is faster than a hopper can pick up stuff. Which means up in the collection area, I need to have a water stream. And it will also mean that it will probably go over more than one hopper. So it will probably filter into at least 2 chests at the same time. But we'll see. We'll see. I haven't actually tested this out very well. But it will work. I'm sure it will work. Of course it will work. Why wouldn't it work? Let's do that. So I just need to build this a bit. And then we can put some storage in and maybe test drive this thing a little bit. So, I have done a little bit more work over here. Let's go on this side first. I added in the levers to activate each section. Sorry about that. And also an indicator light, just to, so you know if there's anything in it. Over here, I added in a couple of chests. I will fill her up with iron ore for some reason. So I have the item elevators coming up from down there. Up, everything should get caught in this water stream and go around, getting pushed up against this chest, so they are just on the edge of the hopper here. And it gets picked up by the hopper. Is the idea. Yeah. So we have a little item collector system thingy here as well. I also added in minecarts for everything. So if we come here and look in this, I've loaded it up with coal. Almost evenly distributed. It's 56 in that, 58 in that. Yeah. Close enough, close enough. And I'm probably just going to use coal for now, at least. I mean, blaze rods are much... they burn for much longer, but I have a ton of coal, so... that thing I loaded up there, that was, I think, 8 stacks of coal ore or something that I just fortuned up and got 18 stacks. Yeah, so I think it's time to open this chest and see what happens. First thing that should happen is that the fuel carts should get going. Or, no, this needs to be further down, I think. Yep. See if I can nudge it a little bit. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Fail. I will reset this and then we will make another try. So, take 2. Boop, 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 boop. There goes the coal. And on the other side as well. Yep. And if we jump down here... let's see what happens. Come on. There we go. And they all lights up. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And they all light up. And they light up and... and they all light up, and as you can hear, oh, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Let's go up to here. If they ended up all in the same chest? No, they did not. Huh. That's not a lot. Ew. Slight little mishap here. Let's try this again. Let's put 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks in. And off goes the coal. And the slowest part of this thing is that I need to use hoppers to load those minecarts instead of having the input chest on top of a hopper minecart instead. That would be so much faster. But unfortunately I can't do that. For reasons well known, actually. Can't link hopper minecarts up like that. Sorry. Let's... I also need to put a lid on that thing, like glass or something on top there, so... Because they are bouncing a little bit. At least they are not bouncing out. And as you can see, the first hopper doesn't always pick everything up, and the second hopper doesn't always pick everything up, and so, yeah. This is a little bit too fast for, I don't know if it's server lag or whatever it is, but it's a bit too fast for this whole setup, actually. Okay, so I have done a little bit more work up here. I just covered this whole thing up, built the floor here. You can almost kind of see that the shape of the house now. Yeah, it's a bit strange starting this. I'm not gonna build a house in this episode. That's going to have to wait for another episode. But the way I designed this, as I showed you in my creative world, I designed the whole smelter setup, and then I tried to fit a building around it. So I had these fixed dimensions. What I ended up doing was actually extending these walls out a little bit. I mean, this could end here if I wanted to, but on the other side, I need to come out a little bit further to fit the item elevators. So this could go in. You have one block there, and maybe one or maybe two blocks this could move in, but with the wall design that I'm going with and stuff like that, it's not gonna be a flat stone brick wall here. With the wall design, I kind of wanted to have a little bit extra space there, so I mean, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, so this is going to be good, I think. I also just covered up here this hole here. So for now I have a little entrance down there to get in. I really hope I lit everything up in here. I went around a little bit, had a look around, and everything looks pretty well lit up in here, so I do not want a creeper explosion. That would suck quite a bit. And I need to eat. So let's eat. There we go. Yeah, so I'm just covered it up with stone for now, and also on the other side I covered that thing up here. So it's all built in, and then of course I need to fill this up with dirt and landscape a little bit and do all that stuff. But yeah, and I need to reshape that mountain behind there, so this building is a little bit too big for this area, so I need to do some serious removal of stuff and things. Yes. And also, I did off camera, here, as you can see, I smelted up a bunch of stuff. I actually did a little speed testing of this thing, and I'm just gonna check my phone so I can give you the correct numbers. I smelted up 20 stacks of iron ores. So I had 8 in here before from the previous testing, and then I smelted up 20 more in 6 minutes. So, yeah, this thing is pretty fast Well, I mean, that's to be expected with that many furnaces. It's to be expected to be to be pretty fast, but yeah, it is so super fast, and it's going to make my life so easy when I'm building a big project for. I mean, if I'm doing a ghost farm, which I'm probably going to do, that takes a crap ton of glass to build, and with this setup here, I will smelt that up in no time at all. So it's yeah, and I will probably need a lot of glass for other projects as well. And for the other people on the server, if you have a lot of smelting to do, don't be afraid to ask if you could use this a little bit. I mean, all I really ask of you is provide your own fuel for it, and then feel free to use it, pretty much. So yeah, because I guess there's a lot of people that could find this useful. Yeah. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I have had a really fun time building this thing. Yeah. And if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and all that. Check out the other people on the server as well. There are some really cool people building here. And I will see you next time. Bye!